A few weeks ago, I wrote an article on how to build trust and authority using content or using content marketing. I want to talk to you about an approach I've been using to make money for the last 10 years. I don't sell, I make people want to buy. What I mean by this is I provide enough value, education, information until people are hooked and they want to buy from me. A lot of times people are like, hey, what are you selling? Because I want to buy something from you. Like they're hooked onto the content and the education. And so that's what I mean by authority and trust. You build content, you add enough value to people until they want to buy. So there are four main principles I want to talk through. Number one, the most important thing is trust. If you don't build trust, nothing else matters. Number two is don't talk about yourself. In fact, you should get others to talk about you instead of talking about yourself. Tell stories and experiences if you want to talk about yourself, aka humble brag. So you don't say how awesome you are, you tell a story that makes you look awesome. You want to advocate the industry that you're in. And what I mean by this is if you're in, let's say for me, I'm in the content marketing space, right? I do a lot of content marketing. I truly believe that is the best marketing channel because there's so many things and so many different ways you can get value from it. But all I do is advocate that channel. And so number three is you need to build authority. And what does that mean? It's ask yourself, what does your audience think is authoritative, right? And does that mean, some places that means you have to be featured in certain places. Some people think if being a published author is an authoritative space. Some people just mean if you have the right logos on your website. Whatever that is for your business, figure that out, or your industry, and figure that out and just apply those things. And the fourth principle is be different. It doesn't matter if you're right or you're wrong. Ultimately, you need to have a unique stance and be a little different than what everyone else is saying. Now let's talk about 6 ways to build that trust. Number one, and this is the most important thing, publish content consistently. And it takes years to build trust. Look at Rand Fishkin, Ramit Sethi, Neil Patel, Tim Ferriss. Those guys have been at it for 10 to 15 years. They've built their audience over time. They consistently provided value. Number two is share your stories. Incorporate your experience, your product into your content. Now remember, don't talk too much about yourself, but you can talk about the experience you have. So if you're talking about 5 ways to leverage Instagram for marketing, talk about maybe one of those ways is how you tried it or how another company tried it or how you're not going to use it, whatever. You can incorporate your company into that article using stories. Number 3 is leverage other authorities or influencers. Interview them, quote them, use them as examples. Just like I did a few seconds ago with Rand Fishkin and Tim Ferriss and all those guys. That's a perfect example of using them. The next thing is to share your struggles, right? Everybody struggles. No matter what, you're going to struggle at something. You're probably not the perfect person in the whole world. In fact, if you are, email me because I want to know and learn from you. But ultimately, every single person struggles. And if you study movies or watch movies, there's always a hero. And the hero or the character has a character flaw. They have a big problem they have to overcome as well, right? And that's kind of what you want to do with your content. Show your human side. Show that you're a person and you have struggles, and if you can show how you overcome them, that's even better. So it's not the easiest thing to do, but it's definitely possible. And what it'll do is it'll help your audience relate to you because, frankly, they struggle. And they'll definitely like you better because you're more relatable, or they may take action more. The next thing is to be everywhere, right? That was my goal for 2015, and I constantly get people saying that you're everywhere, and that's intentional, right? So I use remarketing, I use different content formats, right? I do public speaking, which maybe not everybody can do, but you can create videos. Maybe you can't create professional quality videos. Maybe you can create at least Facebook Live videos or some form of video. I do SlideShare with all of my content. I do written form content. I do a lot of guest posts. I'm doing remarketing to promote all these things, but essentially, I'm in all the places the people I'm selling to are. And lastly, make sure you're networking because the networking aspect of this is going to help you build those deeper relationships with people, and they're going to give you more opportunities for things in the top of the funnel. But Those are the ways to build trust and authority using content marketing. All right, guys, stay tuned for our next video. We're gonna talk about a lot of cool stuff, and subscribe below and leave a comment if you have anything to share. Till next time, take care.